Hi, everybody. Welcome to what's this month? Mental Health Awareness Month. I know I have been MIA, but I'm here now. I want to talk to you guys about something. For those of you who are not familiar with my work, I am Tony Jones. I am an affirmation musician and I create music to help people talk to themselves better. And so today we are going to be learning. Make sure you guys comment below so I can see you guys who are here, so I can say hi and engage with you all. But we're going to have an interesting and fun. Hi, Vashti. Hi. Thank you. I'm at our studio. Hi, Astasia. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for the love. For those of you who are watching live and those of you who are watching the replay, if you can take notes, get your notepad out and get your pen out because we are going to be talking about affirming our highest imagination. I subscribed to you last month after looking for affirmation music. Awesome. What's up, Houston? Okay, so we're going to be talking about affirming our highest imagination. This is going to be short, it's going to be sweet and straight to the point. And this is not something that I'm like, oh, I've learned and I've mastered, and here you go. No, this is something that I'm actually practicing, embodying in real time. And so I had this thought that we're made in the divine image. We're made in the image of God. We are higher beings going through the duality of navigating our shadow and our light, our humanity, our divinity, right? So we're made in God's image. We're made in God's image, imagination. Follow me here, okay? Our imagination, our divine image is our imagination. When we think about our self-talk, when we think about the inner conversation that is happening on repeat, it's part of our imagination, you know? This is, hi, hello, thanks for tapping in. This is a part of the unseen space in our mind, in our embodiment, in our essence. How we talk to ourselves is a part of our imagination. So the question leaves us, if our imagination is God's image, how are we talking that divine image in our everyday language within ourselves? Take inventory of that. Be present with that. What are we ruminating on? And I emphasize we because it's including me. I'm sharing what I practice with y'all. We are going to affirm our highest imagination. We have to assess and take inventory on what we're imagining when it comes to society, what we're imagining when it comes to our health, what we're imagining when it comes to our desires and our dreams. You know, take inventory of what's on repeat. What are those inharmonious thoughts? What is that continuous criticism? How are we intimidating ourselves with our self-talk? Because when you bring that into awareness, you give yourself the power to be conscious, to choose which thoughts do I want to keep and which thoughts do I want to lose my attention towards. Okay? We're made in God's imagination. I think there was a reason why we were not taught how to operate and navigate that technology, that divine technology of our imagination. Because when you start to, and this follow me here, because when you start to get intentional with your imagination, what you start to do is create a world and create a reality of faith. You're in this reality, right? Which is our physical reality, that has all this evidence of what the situation is, what the situation looks like, what the doctors are saying, what the government and the news is saying, right? All this advertising, messaging, and inner talk that's saying this is what it looks like. And then you have this imagination right here that you fostered with faith, with care, with healing, with affirmations. And this imagination is saying, but there's a truer reality. I don't know what I just did, but I did. I think I just did the talking. No, but you see what I'm saying? You have this other space within you that can infiltrate what you're physically aware of in this reality, this form, this matter, where you can touch and see and hear and smell. You can take imagination and infiltrate the field of matter and start to create expansiveness for possibility. Sorry about that. My alarm just went off. Are you guys still there? Perfect. Okay. You see what I'm saying? We get to be creators. We get to be creative and innovative by bringing in conscious imagination into a reality that's given us all this evidence to believe that it is what it is. No, 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 no. It is what I say it is. I am who I say I am. So I am this in this situation. I'm going to infiltrate this reality with the reality of faith, with a reality that's more aligned with my well-being, because my word is powerful. And my word is just the vehicle of what is happening in here. My words that I speak to myself and I speak into existence, that I speak into circumstances and situations, it's just those words are just a vehicle of what I'm imagining within me, in my own faith, and I get to channel that into whatever reality that I please. You see what I'm saying? So we're going to affirm, when I think about Mental Health Awareness Month, I think about how so many of us are struggling right now. And I even tear up a little bit because it's such a fragile, sensitive time for so many. People don't understand what they're feeling. What is happening? Why aren't they feeling their normal selves? And the reality is that we are a society that are suffering from spiritual malnourishment and spiritual unfulfillment. And that spiritual malnourishment and unfulfillment has been fed by separation consciousness. What do I mean by separation consciousness? Believing that we are separate from the divine, from divine provision, divine security, divine safetyness, divine love, divine connection, divinity. We are not separate from it. We are sourced by it. We don't know who we really are. On a subconscious level, that's what's going on in the dark. We think it might be this problem or this situation or stress or whatever. Those are surface level labels. But underneath it all, a lot of people are suffering from the symptoms of being spiritually malnourished and not being fulfilled spiritually, on a spiritual level, on an unseen level, emotional, mentally, spiritually. You see what I'm saying? And so when I think about Mental Health Awareness Month, I like to add to that conversation about the spirituality, the spiritual aspect of that. Especially when you realize that's what's going on. When you realize, oh my God, I haven't been taking care of my spirit. Oh my God, I'm mentally compromised because I've been having these mental loops on repeat that are disempowering to my well-being. I'm more conscious of scarcity more than conscious of abundance. I'm more conscious of fear than I'm more conscious of love. And so when you become aware of where you're at, shame comes in, doubt comes in, fear comes. All of these low level vibrational states of being start to flood through and compromise our mental ground. Spiritually awakening is realizing, oh, so much that can really trigger mental health issues. And it's not to take away from the practicality and the science and the industry of mental health diagnosis and what academia says what's going on with people, but we also have to add to that conversation. It's yes to what's going on in the mental health industry, but it's yes and spiritual fulfillment has to be a part of that conversation. Somebody said we are not separate from God. Yeah, we're not. We are not. It's impossible. It's impossible. And so, again, when I like to have these conversations about mental health awareness, I like to talk about the way we talk in our minds. Because I've been a person that drinking my water, working out, getting good rest, smiley, and just Tony being Tony with great energy. But in my private places, suffering from depression, suffering from anxiety, suffering from identity crisis of feeling not normal, feeling not normal because I have this appetite for spiritual living and it's not normal in my world. I've suffered from suicidal ideation, suicidal attempts. I know what that darkness is like. I know when we're clouded by confusion and not having clarity. But I was doing all the right things to have mental health, but something underneath was going on. There was a lack of spiritual nourishment, daily nourishment, that daily nutrition. There was a lack of devotion to my spiritual fulfillment, of feeling good about me and my life on a daily basis. How was I caring for that? How was I caring for my spiritual fulfillment and spiritual nourishment? So when we talk about mental health, we gotta add that spiritual aspect to the conversation. Because even though I was doing all the right things to have a great mental health, inspiring so many to be well, I still had a voice that was telling me I will only find peace in death. That I can find joy in the fact that in my death, no one else will have me again. No one else could take advantage and toy with my heart. I know what it's like to feel lonely and hear the voice telling you're alone, and being tormented on a daily basis. And so I had to change and shift my self-talk. I had to reimagine a version of me that was higher, that spoke highly of myself, that gave me the inspiration and motivation to find the gratitude, the joy, the accomplishment in the present moment. Not in the achievement of my goals, but the achievement in the present moment of feeling good about my life, about what is. In an authentic way, not in a profound, wise, guru way, but in a genuine way. Am I satisfied with the food that I have in my life? Am I satisfied with where I'm at emotionally? Am I satisfied and grateful for the money that's in my account? What am I satisfied and grateful for? How is abundance and prosperity showing up in my life? You see where I'm going with this? I had to change my self-talk. I had to change the voice that I was imagining within me. I had to take that mic and put some affirmations on. I had to speak to myself like a God would speak to me. Affirming my highest imagination means I'm affirming my highest self-talk. I'm affirming my highest divine voice. I'm affirming a truer way of being me, which is love. I'm going to love myself and I'm going to talk like it. I'm going to think like it. I'm going to feel like that. And I'm going to infiltrate that imagination into every situation, every connection, every communication. I'm going to do that because I am perfect. I am whole. I accept myself as is. And I'm letting go everything that does not align with that. Let's take a breath in. Breathe in with that one and breathe out. Let's take a cleansing breath. Let's take another one. Yeah. Shout out to the human journey, y'all. We're affirming our highest imagination like never before. And we are familiar with the reality that wants to contradict our divine imagination. We're familiar with that. We're familiar with fear. We're familiar with scarcity. We're familiar with self-doubt, depression, anxiety. We're familiar with all of that. Now we're reimagining a newer way of being, which is love, which is joy, which is peace, which is hope. Can we imagine on a daily basis the version of ourselves that is joyful, that is happy? What would she do? What would he do on a daily basis? A joyful me, a happier me, a healthy imagining. Like, what would she do? What would he do on a daily basis as soon as they wake up in the morning? As soon as they face a trigger? As soon as they get in an argument? As soon as they face a disappointment? What would that highest version of me practice, respond, and react when I make a mistake, when I let myself down, when I'm intimidating myself? How does that divine self-talk, that higher imagination infiltrate the situation and circumstance? Yeah, we on that type of tip right now. We on that type of tip. We done with the old way. And I'm saying we because it's including me. Because I'm a student of what I share with you all. I'm a student of what I share as practice. I'm a student of the wisdoms that I'm learning and I'm downloading from my understanding and logic to my embodiment into my heart, to where I live this way authentically. Y'all feel that? Y'all feel that authenticity? It's because I'm in it with y'all. I'm in it. Happy Mental Health Awareness, everybody. Happy Mental Health Awareness Month, everyone. I affirm we have the highest imagination of ourselves being perfect, whole, at peace, sexy, joyful, romantic, fun, playful, what else? Faithful, like free, liberated. I affirm us imagining that version of ourselves because that's who we truly are right now. We're just letting go everything else, the identities that don't align with that. And I'm telling y'all, going from one identification to another, to a higher identification, ain't for the weak. It's not for the weak. It's for the gangsters. It's for the soul hustlers. It's for the inner grinders. It's not for the weak. I'm telling you, going from one identification that you've been familiar with for decades, that a whole society, that a whole family, a whole supports, and going from that identity to a higher identification, yeah, that's muscle right there. That's courage right there. That's some real shit right there. Thank you. Thank you so much. So I wish you all a wonderful, wonderful, healthy mental health awareness month. Be more aware of your mental health and what you're saying, because it's all about your voice. You can do all the things. Go to therapy, which is great. I think everybody should be in therapy right now. Everybody. That's my opinion, okay? Eating right, exercising, all the things that help your endorphins, your hormones, your nervous system, doing all the things, going down the checklist is great, right? But the inner voice, what you're saying to yourself, is king. It's king. It's what's going to catapult your mental health into spiritual fulfillment and spiritual nourishment. Peace, y'all. You all can follow me on Instagram at I am Toni Jones. You can go to my website, IamTonijonesW.com, to see the next city I'll be in. Thank you for following me here on YouTube. Share this message with those you love, those who can receive from this. Oh, you came at the end, catch the replay. It should be posting up in the next few minutes. I'm going to save it here, okay? And share this with anybody you know that's struggling or challenged with their mental health. Share it and tell them to subscribe and play the music. Receive from this message, because we all need each other. And sharing, I know it sounds caring, but sharing is caring. You care for somebody, share this message with them, okay? Peace. Have a calm rest of the week. I love you all. Bye.